Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting session on centering the SDGs youth voices. We are now here accompanied by some fantastic students, actually our youngest ones in the series, coming from Bluebells International School. And today we'll be discussing Save the Planet collection drive. So the school and the students are up to something. Let's hear from them on how will they save the planet by their own little hands. Over to you, over to Bluebells for their presentation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I think the collective drive has actually helped us reach people and students across the globe. So which is the basic purpose? Because global issues are same across boundaries. I'm Bhavi Ahuja, facilitator from Bluebell School International, dealing with the primary department for EDS, environmental studies, with a special focus on sustainable development goals. I request a student of class 5 to introduce herself. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Ritisha Jha. I study in class 5 Bluebell School International. I love art, dance, and I have a keen interest in my surroundings. Thank you.
Over to you, ma'am Ridhima.
Oh, I thought Ritisha is going ahead with the discussion. So, good morning, everyone, and good evening to Radhika, ma'am. Since it's evening at your slot, thank you for making this time, making it even with this time difference. Thank you so much. And like ma'am Bhavi said, giving us this platform so that our children who are as young and like you said, your youngest representatives so far, to showcase what they have been doing. These little hands have been making big changes, trying to make big changes. And they would like to showcase what they have done so far and where they are at. Like ma'am Bhavi mentioned, the focus has always been on sustainable development, which is an integrated part of all curriculum here at Bluebells. And with age no bar factor, we call them the little change makers that we want to raise. So these are these little change makers today would like to present their thoughts. Thank you, Radhika ma'am. So over to you, Bhavi ma'am, where Ritisha can present, and then we take this forward.
Ritisha, you may please share your research with everybody. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Dear teachers, friends, and seniors, I'm Ritisha Jha, student of class 5, Bluebell School International, New Delhi. I'm 10 years old, and here I am to present my project work on endangered animals, and my topic was Ganges shark. During my research, I discovered that Ganges shark is a mystery creature, and maybe less than 100 of them are surviving. Ganges shark is an apex predator and vital for the health of aquatic system. Hence, under the guidance of my mentor, Ma'am Bhavi Ahuja, I filed a petition on change.org with a title, Let's Save Ganges Shark. Ma'am, could you please enable screen sharing?
I think you should be able to do it.
To my pleasant surprise, it had received tremendous responses. I had received more than 8,200 responses and feedback. This petition has also been forwarded on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media handles. Now, let me talk more about Glyphis gangeticus, which is the scientific term for Ganges shark. Ganges shark is an apex predator and vital for the health. Now let me tell you more about Glyphis gangeticus, which is the scientific name for Ganges shark. It is one of the rarest freshwater sharks and is in the category of critically endangered. It is found in the river Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi in the states of Bengal, Bihar, and Bangladesh. It is truly a freshwater shark, meaning it cannot survive in salt water. These were considered to be extinct in 2005 till it was rediscovered 13 years later in the Mumbai fish market by Mr. Evan Nazaret. His discovery gave us some hope that there are still more. Like many other creatures, it also became victim of overutilization of our rivers, pollution, and habitat destruction. Glyphis gangeticus is protected under the Wildlife Protection Act of India, but the implementation and effectiveness of this act is dubious. In order to seek government support, I also wrote mail to Mr. Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, who is the Minister of Jal Shakti, and to Mr. Bhupendra Yadav, who is the Minister of Environment, Forests and Climate Change. With my teacher's support, I've also connected with many shark saving organizations like shark.org, savetheshark.org, etc. I know that this petition is a small beginning, like a drop in the ocean. Oh no, correction, it's a drop in desert. I'll keep knocking the doors of people, authorities, and conservationists, and I'll keep this issue and species alive. The shark stabilizes food webs and maintains the ecological balance. They act as a barometer of aquatic health and reminds us that interdependence is necessary for survival. Thank you.
Thank you, Ritisha. We now have these two little ones trying to present their thoughts and what they have been doing. So do you want to share? Yes, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. While learning the concept of food, we had several discussions to food wastage and why is it important to do something about it. Have you ever wondered that there is so much of food on this planet, but still people are dying of hunger? Because people don't have a proper way to dispose of their food, so I came up with an idea to install community refrigerators in our localities so people can keep extra food for the needy. We are actually trying to help the society by ensuring that no excess food is getting wasted. And instead, we can feed the needy people by keeping the excess food in the community refrigerator, which will be installed in our neighborhood. Even in my home and neighborhood, I feel really bad because people throw excess food in trash and they don't think about needy and hungry people dying on the roadside due to hunger. Absolutely. And then our teacher showed some pictures of community refrigerator, and that is the time when our class thought to do this project. Then my parents tried calling or contacting the local MLA, Miss Atishi Marlena. She is the local MLA, and for getting support, I went to take signatures from the colony residents. So these are the pictures when I went to take signatures. Just a second.
Just a second. There's a problem with screen sharing. It's not moving ahead. Good, but go ahead and discuss. We'll come back to the PPT later. Slow. Yeah.
This is what I achieved finally. And this is a letter that I got signed from my RWA president. So I went to the office of Miss Atishi Marlena. I was very excited to share my request. I was very excited to share forward my request, and she was very helpful and supportive. She was very happy with my idea and supported me by saying, "Please, I'll promise you, but please find me a proper place and electricity supply." and she posted it on her social media pages. We hope to firstly we had to find a place, and secondly time availability of Atishi ji is another challenge to that, because there were elections ahead, and now that the elections are finished, I would try contacting her again. We hope to close this at the earliest. Does anyone have any questions for us?
I don't know about questions, but I am stunned by all your activities and both of you as well as Ritisha. I think just so amazing to see how proactive you've been and how motivated you've been. I wish there are many others who can be like you and take this environment related issues, very strongly. I congratulate both of you as well as Ritisha to focus on these issues and not just keep it all to yourself. Many people I've seen that, or students, they know a lot, but they are reluctant in taking the action. So I really, this is such a commendable step, that you've taken the action and you are doing the work. But both, I have a one question for the three of you. Where did you come up with this idea? Why did you start thinking about community fridge? What was your motivation? And then about the shark idea. Why did it come to you, and what was the motivation, Ritisha?
Told us about the community refrigerator, and then we slowly decided to make a plan, and we thought that we will make a project in which we will get a community refrigerator in our colony.
Great. Wow.
Ma'am, I have got this idea mainly from my project.
Teacher gave the idea to help and install the community refrigerator. She motivated us to help and install community refrigerator.
That's so wonderful. Mostly people hear what teachers are saying, but they don't take the action. And here you are taking the action and bringing it to your own communities and bringing such an important, aspect into your own work. So that's fantastic. That's really commendable.
We are little change makers. We can do anything.
Nice, lovely, lovely.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
Ritika?
If I may ask a question, if Ma'am
Yes,
Radhika, if I may ask a question to the children.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead, Par.
So I was generally wondering, all three of you being young, so you've done a lot of research, and taken action. So what new values have you imbibed during this whole process? How have you changed from what you were earlier, and what new have you learned now? New values. Yes, Ritisha, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the question. Ma'am, I have learned that, ma'am, the moral values I've learned after this project is that it has made me more compassionate, and it has also taught me that human and animal lives are interdependent. And also that we are never too small to bring a change. Thank you.
That's a learning for all of us. Thank you.
Okay, just a quick question. Sorry, just a quick question to the kids. Hi, Radhika. So lovely to see you there and fully awake when during the day we are half asleep as it is. But you're amazing. Okay, kids, I just have a very small question. And I'm so glad to see the enthusiasm that you have and the fact that you said we can do anything, 100 out of 100 to you for that. So taking that in view, could you take a lead in actually making sure that we expand this in the entire primary school. That's right now your class. But if you take a lead, make an action plan. How would you do that if we have to say, Ma'am Poonam has to say, okay, even 4 and 5, you have to make sure that some kind of work is done in the community. How would you go about it?
Speak to all children.
Okay, yeah, just make an effort, kids. Whatever comes to your mind, it doesn't matter. Whatever comes to your mind, don't worry about being right and wrong. Just whatever comes to your mind, share it. Yeah, speak to the children where you're going to ask and pester ma'am to let you speak in the assembly.
Ma'am is asking, so you are doing this. How will you spread this about? Only
Ritisha, you may unmute and answer. You can see your hand.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the question. Ma'am, awareness is the first step towards conservation, and also I'll keep knocking the doors of people, authorities, and conservationists to keep this issue and also animal alive. I'll try my best to not make this animal go much towards the brink of extinction, and also I'd like to build a sanctuary. mm,
Okay.
for the endangered animals too.
Okay, give it a thought, kids. And, that should be something that you, beginning from April, now that we're starting school, take the responsibility of being the key people to spread this awareness in however you want it for the primary school. That's your task.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
So we can tell it in the assemblies by spreading it. Ma'am, and we can motivate them by telling that don't destroy the resources because the resources go waste and the farmers will think we do hard work and they just throw it away.
Okay, so keep thinking. Over to you, Radhika. Do ask them several more questions.
Ma'am, you have given a very difficult task, and I can say that thank God I am not in your school. Otherwise, it would have made me in a difficult position. Now I have to think so much. So, best of luck to the three of you. Now you have to execute your idea and in the school and convince everyone. That's already a big task, and even for adults, I think it's a big one. But since you are change makers and you can do anything, I am sure by the time next year we have this discussion again, your innovation and your idea will go to many places. In terms of focusing on sustainable development goals, I think having these discussions is such a important it's such an important contribution to get ideas from everyone. So I don't know if there is any plan for you to share your ideas in class and get some feedback and get everyone's ideas as well, including your parents. How do you usually get ideas and discuss anything that you are coming up with? You get to discuss with your parents? Do you go to your friends, teachers?
Actually, parents and teachers both support me from every side. I got support from all teachers and my parents.
Wonderful. Yes,
May I say something,
yes,
please?
please go ahead.
Actually, these children are powerful homes. They are like they are like educating previous generation, their parents, grandparents, everybody at home, and they will be spreading awareness in the next generation also. So they have a lot of potential in them.
Definitely, yes.
They will continue the good job.
I also got the support of my residents and important.
And sorry if I may have they finished because there's a lag. Yeah, hi Radhika,
I'm
good to see you. Yeah, children, when you're writing your newsletters, right? This is the time you're writing your class newsletters. So if you put this up in that, so I'm sure everybody from your class will be reading them. Okay? That is another portal where you can generate awareness, right? With the photographs that you've taken, what was your aim and what you've done. You can do that as well. Okay?
So, Tina ma'am, you have a newsletter in school where students can add in their ideas. That's very
Yes,
interesting to
actually,
know.
at the end of the year, Radhika, we've been doing it. So all children, they write something for their class newsletters also, as well as a newsletter for the school. So the class newsletters, is a portal where they can share all this information, and parents generally get to read all that.
That's great. We usually have that for 12th grade and 10th grade here, and they don't generally share it in the class. They have a separate portal, but it's very, sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. It's not really encouraged. So I think this is a good writing practice also, and it includes thinking and how do you logically write an argument. It's a wonderful exercise. I think Rimi ma'am has a hand up.
Yeah, hi Radhika, so good to see you again.
Same here.
Good morning, everyone. Children, I had a question for our community refrigerator generators. So, my question to you is, do you follow up? Have you ever been to that place again where you got it installed, and you follow up on what the condition is, and whether things are being put in, is it being used?
Ma'am, actually, it's not gotten installed. We are still
Okay.
working. Yes.
Okay, so it's in the process, it's underway, is it? That's nice. So I think that's a good thing going. Follow it through, and even after it is installed, I think it's very important to go and have a look at it once in a while, because it is your baby after all, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So wonderful, and I think this, when I was your age, probably if someone asked me a question, I would like shy away. So you are not only presenting your idea so confidently, I think you're taking it to a different level. I'm just amazed at your confidence level and your research capabilities as well. Yes, Ritisha. Go ahead, Ritisha.
Yes, ma'am, I would like to say uh, that many of my classmates have filed a petition after me when I started this petition. I was also very new for starting a petition. Now I've discovered that again that you're never too small to bring a change, and that I've also motivated many of my classmates. So many of them have made many petitions on hawksbill sea turtles, the whiteback vulture, etc. So I think I've actually really motivated them for them also, that they're also not that small to bring a change. Thank you.
That's nice, Ritisha. In fact, share the link with us, even we'll sign the petition. Okay, so now you'll have more followers.
Yes, ma'am, and I would also request everyone to please sign the petition. The link is in the chat.
Okay, you said this. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Some people are looking at me, and they also have started taking signatures.
You're already inspiring so many people, including all of us here. That's just so wonderful. So what are your next steps now? What are you thinking immediately after this discussion? Did you get some more ideas? How are you going to take this forward?
Actually, our next step is to find a suitable place where the refrigerator can be safe, and electricity supply would be there, and then we will install.
Nice. Yes, Ritisha?
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am, for the question. Ma'am, my next step would be that I'm going to write to the Prime Minister's office, and also I'm going to contact many other international shark organizations to help me and support me in this decision. Thank you.
That's fantastic. And I think you will become the new next environmental minister for sure. So I think continue going on this path. And just one thing I was thinking of, there are a lot of these National Geographic photo contests and other things happening. So maybe I don't know if there is an idea pitch somewhere, or I'll find out if there is something like this, and then pass it on to you. There's this Eco Schools platform that they have. So maybe sharing your ideas there and getting ideas from everyone might be helpful. There's National Wildlife Federation and other entities that are at least active here in the US. I'll check if they have a India chapter, and maybe have your petition posted on their platform as well. If nothing else, I think they will sign the petition, get more aware, and stop polluting the rivers, and stop taking care of our wild habitat and wildlife. I think that's really important. So thank you for starting this really important petition. With all the other things going on, we forget about what's happening in our rivers and what's happening to our wildlife. So you are bringing this focus back in our lives, very connected to the sustainable development goals. So I think it's just a wonderful step forward.
Thank you,
Radhika,
ma'am. That would be great help.
yeah, Radhika, I just wanted to perhaps I had talked about it earlier. Do you think it'll be a good idea to have class 3 from your schools, any of your schools, interacting on Zoom with these kids or any of the other class 3 kids, and they can share? It can be more children oriented, of exchanging ideas with each other, maybe 5 and 5. Do you think that would be a good
I will
idea?
definitely, I will
Yeah.
definitely try my best here, ma'am. It's just we need to find the right time
Right,
because we will.
exactly.
Yeah. So like we did today, I think in the morning where we had our older kids joining,
Yeah.
but it was they had taken out time during their class work. So I will definitely try my best to find some
Okay,
time.
okay, that can be lovely.
Sure.
And maybe then later it can be a joint petition by two schools, one in
Yes.
with us, one there. Then expand, bring another school to it. Even if it's
Agreed.
uh, small things. So I feel, and that could go in the newspaper. And
Yes.
at this age, I really feel children have so much of idealism. They feel they can actually change the world, and why not? Why not let them grow with that till the
Yes.
harsh realities dawn on them? But they would have been well trained by then, to have these ideas and the zest and the
Right.
ability. Okay, right.
Definitely, yes, ma'am. Great.
Ma'am, may I, if you allow?
Yes, please.
Thank you. I think, ma'am, even when we leave the projects to the children, they come up with such amazing ideas and topics. Sometimes, as facilitators, it amazes us. So when we discovered that about Ganges shark for 13 long years, the scientists thought that it is extinct. It was not given any importance or value in the ecosystem where we talk about interdependence. So when Tisha came up with this topic, we all know that Ganges River dolphin is the national aquatic animal of India. But beyond that, the marine life is yet to be discovered. So I think children have immense power and strength when research is left to them. They come up with great ideas, and I think providing them the platforms like these actually, engages them and motivates them much more to do much more in terms of any action. Thank you, ma'am, for the
Thank you for
opportunity.
saying that, ma'am. And I think when you had started this discussion, you had mentioned, can the students share their research? And to me, research was always like, okay, older kids. But when you said that, and I thought, why not? I think this is great. It's not just an idea. They have done their research, and they are presenting what they have worked on in various different aspects, very actionable research. So I think it's that research angle and the inquiry angle. I think if we can continue to foster, it's also something that will take them to their different trajectories. It's not our original model of teachers saying something and the students are the banking model of education where they are just taking in things. I think it's this idea of doing research at such an early age, I think is very very I think important going forward.
I think Radhika, you must get to some sleep
Yes.
before the actually begins, and we can all
Sure,
thank
Preeti
you
ma'am.
so much for the platform, and thank you everybody who's joined in. Radhika, if you'd like
Thank
to
you.
wind up.
Thank you so much. And it's really been very inspiring for me. I don't know if I will get sleep. I will think about the Ganges shark and the community refrigerator. So thank you for instilling these important ideas in my head also. Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
As well.
You're
Thank you,
welcome, ma'am.
everybody. To have a great day ahead and good night, ma'am Radhika. Sleep well.
Bye.
Thank you.